100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that at the time, that was what they were using as cover.
Right, all that. 2 streets in that way, 3 streets in that way. So they charged down the beach road and they charged down these other side streets. The Germans have come down this way. So the battle sites are around here. They've got, just in front of here, they've captured this, the Allies have captured German POWs. The Australian, the Allied POWs are at Customs House down the end there. And so there's battles all around here. And particularly on that main street, as I said, and up the back streets where the New Zealand have got won a Victoria Cross. I'll just read some. I'll just read something from the time.
Well, that's what happens, and I think it's, you think it from German point of view, they must have had some intelligence because to be able to slip around, block up the exits, either the planes would have told them where that you could see the troops. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone doing anything stupid, but...
You've got to remember it was a blind panic from the Allied side, absolute blind panic, because they'd been pushed down, they had been pushed down effectively from just south of Macedonia all the way down here.
So I'll read just from some of the war records. So there was a guy, driver Edmund Sharp, and he was with the Royal Army Service Corps. So he was ordered to volunteer to drive his wagon into Kalamata, picked up about 20 very unusual characters, all volunteers. One young Aussie could have been a mountain, about 6'9", 6'10", maybe bigger. He carried a boy's anti-tank rifle with a bayonet permanently wired to it and fired the gun from his shoulder. There are also some Kiwis and King's Royal Rifle Corps with Tommy guns and Brens, but not too much ammunition. By the time they got down here, they didn't really have much, so which is what their problem was, and no air cover, of course. After all was made ready, we charged down the road onto the mole, so the enemy. We sped down the mole, came to a sharp stop, and we jumped, firing at anything that moved. To me it seemed only minutes, but all was cleared except for a German officer in between the wheels of the 88mm gun. Up came the Aussie Hulk with his boy's anti-tank rifle and fired through the wheel. So ended a German captain's service to Hitler. With their hands up, the rest of the Germans surrendered. So that was that first capture over there. One thing now hit us, our mouths were like cotton wool, thirsty men, and interesting what guys do, and they were all young men, thirsty men with no water around. We started to fight our way into the town. So the town was what we passed before, right? No, the town, what they refer to the town is the streets behind here, right? That's what they refer to it.
There's nothing there, because the city is actually 2 kilometres up that way.
Yeah, but they've got the buildings.
Yeah, they've got the old buildings just here, the 2 streets.
The buildings, so they've got all these buildings around here, right? For them, that's the town, right?
Yeah, that's
it's
where
basically,
we are right here.
It's basically the port, yeah. Started to fight our way into town and came to rest in a hotel cum bar on the front, so out the front. I drank 2 bottles of beer straight down. I don't drink alcohol, but I shall never forget those 2 gorgeous bottles of beer. Then in swarmed the Hun, and for a period, street fighting was going good, but ammunition was short.
They were at the Hellenic then. That was the only hotel on the beach front.
So it just gives you one example of what some people are describing. I'll go and get the other book as well. I tried to download some photos last night, but it didn't work. But you might just want to have a look at this, get a feel for the map. So German lines and Allies, and don't forget, most people are out here. There's, by the time the Germans have arrived, there's still about 12,000 to 14,000 people to the west.
Yeah.
And most are not seeing action, most are in dugouts during the day.
And then we'll want
Taken POW, 2,000 Australians, 1,000 Palestinians, about 1,000 New Zealanders, and the others as part of British and forces and Yugoslav army as well, including the 1,500 civilians who there isn't much written about what happened to them, and there was fear about what might happen to them. So what happens, how do they organise everyone after here? You know, over those few days, they start moving them on the railway line. They've gathered a few around in whatever buildings that they have. They've set up in the olive groves barbed wire prison camps, and progressively the Germans are moving them up to Corinth on the railway line. So that's why we're here. We'll go up to the memorial, the Allied memorial that's been built, and they have services here. Signed by New Zealand Commander Friday, so to thank Captain Donald again, is it not?
Prime Minister, Prime Minister of New Zealand, and the commander of the...
Yeah, Friday. He being left out of one embassy. He was the only commander that stayed. Our one's fled.
Όπως γνωρίζεις, επειδή σκατάγουμε από εδώ, είμαι και εγώ ένας πρέσβης για την Καλαμάτα στο εξωτερικό, εθελοντικός πρέσβης φυσικά.
As you know, since my roots are from here, from Messina, from Kalamata, I'm an ambassador of our region abroad, a voluntary ambassador.
Όπως είναι και ο κύριος Πανταζόπουλος, που και αυτός είναι Μεσσίνιος.
The same happens with Mr. Pandazopoulos as well, who also comes from Messina, origination. And when we unite tourism with history, when we link tourism to history, it is a chance to attract more and more people. And I'm just going to give Mr. Pandazopoulos the ability to talk, especially for one special matter, the visit today with us of Mr. Moshe Lederman. I have to tell you that our mayor already knows about Mr. Lederman. I have informed him since we have received some emails. And Mr. Pandazopoulos is going to give us more details since he knows better history, personal history of Mr. Lederman and his family. Δημαρχέ μου, ο κύριος Λέντερμαν είναι ο Ιουδαίος στην καταγωγή, του οποίου ο πατέρας, ο Ιουδαίος στην καταγωγή, του οποίου ο πατέρας πολέμησε και συνελήφθη εδώ στην Καλαμάτα. Είχα ενημερώσει την προηγούμενη εβδομάδα. The mayor just said that he knows about the story of Mr. Lederman.
Το είπα που έστειλαν οι Αυστραλοί σύλλογοι. Άμα το με συγχωρείτε κύριε Δήμαρχε, μεγάλη τιμή πάλι. Για μας που αγαπάμε την πατρίδα μας, έχουμε το περιθώριο να αγαπάμε δύο πατρίδες. Από εκεί που γεννηθήκαμε, την Αυστραλία, και από εκεί που προερχόμαστε, την Αυστραλία. Και πιο πολύ από εκεί που προέρχονται οι γονείς μας.
Είστε δεύτερης γενιάς.
Οι γονείς της γεννηθείς στην Αυστραλία, οι γονείς μου έφυγαν το 1957. Και αγαπάμε και πιο πολύ τις περιοχές από εκεί που ήρθαν οι γονείς μας, σαν τη Μεσσηνία. Και μας τιμάει και πιο πολύ που μπορούμε να συνδέουμε την ελληνική την ιστορία μαζί με την αυστραλέζικη ιστορία στα ίδια τοπία.
It is an honor for us to meet you today, Mr. Mayor, and it is a special privilege for us to visit our home country, and we have the privilege to love two motherlands. One is Australia, and the other is the home country where we come from, where our parents came from, and it is a great privilege for us to have both links in both countries, Greece and Australia.
Σαν εγώ πρώην Υπουργός Τουρισμού για 8 χρόνια, αυτό που είπε ο Παναγιώτης είναι πολύ σημαντικό. Ο τουρισμός συνδέεται με την ιστορία. Ο τουρισμός είναι αυτό που αγαπάμε για την περιοχή μας και αυτό που είναι η ιστορία της περιοχής.